So I'm heading down to Ocala. It's Thursday. It's just me and then the pups, and got Wynn, Johnny, and then a little filly hottie that I bred. She's going down to my dad's. But before I get into that stuff, how about I rewind to what happened earlier this week? What my foot looks like. Actually looks pretty good today. It's been 3 weeks. And we're going to get an MRI. And at the doctor. Keys. Oh, phone's in my hand. Oh, goody.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening?
I'm so over this weather and the rain. Well, that is the weather, but I'm over Monday. I'm over it. I'm ready to be done. I'm done. Good night, ponies. Today is finito. Until tomorrow. I get to do Groundhog's Day again. Oh, that's good stuff. Electrolytes. It's good for you.
What do you say?
He's like, thank God she's off of me.
What do you say?
Say hi.
Hey.
And that's Dude. Bob and Dude. You're gonna be on the vlog.
Okay.
What are you doing? Trail ride on Potato. Getting in our mileage. What? There's nothing over there. What happens when you want a chair and a blanket and we're teaching a lesson? What are you doing? Are you trying to smile? Are you trying to, but you're not in the right way. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. That might be something. Oh. Rune. Funny horse. Take the best care of her feet. We try to anyhow. Yes. Silly boy. Horse is so weird. Tate tries to stand in the bucket. Why are you putting the bucket in between your back legs? Why are you doing that? Silly boy. So silly. I have to have a chain on her to have the farrier work on her. to Ocala. It's Thursday. When...
Keep left to stay on I-75 South.
Yes, thank you, Google. We're coming up to the end of the season.
Continue on I-75 South for 9 miles.
And she'll be running her first recognized training, which is exciting. Had her exactly a year from her being wild. She was a Mustang Magic Mare that I got last year and competed with, and we finished 4th in that Magic Makeover. She's a special little thing. She's, call her my little pocket rocket, or Sassy Britches, or Sassy Pants, Princess. She has lots of nicknames. She's a very athletic Mustang. She's pretty excited about her. She's be her sassy self sometimes, but the joke is that she is a horse form of me, so I guess I can't get too upset with her sometimes. And also bringing down Hottie, but she's a filly that I bred out of my 3-star mare Leap of Faith, and then by the stallion, the thoroughbred stallion, I had a Coeur Magnifique, which is now over with my student Ali Ratazzi, but I had a breeding program before I got really involved with Mustangs, but so since I cut back on my breeding, I'm sending my filly down with my dad, which she's going to go compete, and I'm really excited. So my dream was always to kind of produce horses to the upper level, and Mustangs were just an added bonus. Never kind of thought I would be a Mustang ambassador. It was just kind of happened that way. Hello.
How are you?
I'm driving. What are you doing? I don't even know where my microphone is. Where's my microphone?
Holding light. And you have to sleep in the other room, and you're going to have to sleep out here. And everything's prepared.
Oh. Okay.
What dogs do you have?
Pui, Pocket, and Tie.
Pocket and tie?
Pui, Pocket, and Tie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Timothy has to fly out on Saturday, so I just decided to bring them.
All right. Very good.
So, some of you might have noticed that I have an injury to my right foot. I'm still able to ride, but I try to wear the boot during the day. Not quite sure how much damage was done. It was in my right foot, and a couple of my ligaments are pretty swollen, but how it happened was, it was all my fault. I was working a young horse, and he has a little bit of a habit of spinning and running away, per se. So normally you have a long enough rope that I can kind of keep a hold, and you can kind of redirect that type of behavior so then that doesn't happen. But what ended up happening was he did that, and I was in my head saying, no, I'm not going to let go. I'm going to make you stop. As we're running, my ankle buckled, and so that's how it happened. And then the horse kind of stopped and looked at me like, why are you on the ground? That's weird. So sometimes we have to learn things the hard way. It's the glorious thing about working horses. They can humiliate you sometimes. I'm on the road to rehab. My foot's getting better and better every day. I'm making sure that I take care of it. as I do with my horses that are injured with ligament tears or tendon tears, I kind of know what to do. So Epsom salt baths, and I've used Animal Lintex and all that good stuff, but it always kind of teaches me that maybe that way wasn't working, or I need to try a different way, or you know, so there's always something valuable to learn, and it's generally always my fault. And luckily horses are pretty forgiving. So this sport or life, or whatever you want to call it with horses, it's definitely a lifetime of education, and I try to make sure I take that seriously and always try to learn from everybody. And everybody has a little bit of a different way, and the minute you stop learning, you don't need to be around a horse. So I've been very fortunate that I've had some incredible horses that have really taught me a lot. And the tough thing about horses is they don't care if you're hurt, so they still have to be fed, and they still have to have their stalls cleaned. And so it's been a little bit of a struggle, especially when I first hurt my foot, to do the barn. But I luckily had my two girls, Katie and Allie, have really stepped up and helped me. So I'm still waiting to hear kind of how my MRI looks, and hopefully nothing will need surgery, and I can just keep kind of improving the way I've been doing. And riding, I've been able to ride. All the horses were really good when I first was injured walking around with crutches. They kind of like were looking at me at first like, what kind of weird sticks is Mom going to desensitize us with now? But they were really good and walked slow when I couldn't walk very fast, and just horses are pretty cool. High performance list came out today, which congratulations to everybody. But I unfortunately was not on the list, so gotta work harder so I can be in the top 10 in the international, so I can stay on the high performance list. It was a lot of fun this past season, really being able to get help from David O'Connor and being able to go over to Blenheim. Those experiences just, it was pretty incredible. So onwards, you know, Johnny is looking better than ever. I'm really excited for next year and shooting for Rolex next year. We're gonna try to squeeze in a lesson with Karen O'Connor. With the winter comes work, so we put our head back down to the grindstone and get to working.